Yes, good morning. I ain't gonna waste a day like this, especially with the sun shining. By the way, I've got a ND16 on today. Yesterday I had the ND32 and I thought, let me change it up. Let me switch it out and try something new. So each day I'm gonna try a different ND strength for my video. It's a bit high, I don't know. Oops, 1 second, let me just get myself in position. Yeah, I'm back. You know what I'm gonna do? So I'm gonna put you here like so, extend you out. Got you on a nice tripod. Yeah, got the Osmo tripod, selfie stick, whatever it's called, mounted on a K&F concept little thingy-majig wheel, the legs, I don't know what it's called anyway. Not important, who cares? It's only gear for your stuff. Can I just get you situated? There we go, perfect. Right, so talking about challenges, yeah. Challenges I had on this channel. Well, my previous channel, so not this channel, this new channel. Understanding the platform, understanding how to create playlists, an intro video and so forth, which reminds me I'm going to have to make a new intro video about my channel, but I'll do that in due time. I did make the first video, that's classified as a mini intro to get me going until I get the perfect intro, which is no such thing as perfect. Yeah, I'm not going to be editing any of my videos when it comes to what I say and so forth, but I edit with a splash screen and text. That's okay. That's okay to do, but I'm talking about this now. I'm not going to cut that out, so just leave it as it is. Yeah. So, just enjoying this ray of sunshine, vitamin D. See, vitamin D is something we need. Otherwise, you feel lazy and tired. I don't feel like taking stuff as a supplementary as vitamin D when I can get natural vitamin D here. Oh yeah, challenges. I had so many challenges, you know. In the beginning I remember thinking to myself, when am I going to get the traction, when am I going to get the views and so forth, and some videos I get one and that's it, nothing else. So I go there and watch the video myself to give it 2. And then later on, as I kept progressing, I noticed traction on my videos in the beginning was after the 3rd or 4th day of it being on the channel. And that's something I started to realize later on down the line on my channel. What else? You know, I'm going to keep telling you all these challenges I went through as I go along, because I have to remember, because I'm telling you, I had a lot of content. And I still have some, not all, I'd say about maybe 10% saved on a hard drive somewhere, and I'm thinking, can I reuse that now? That's a question I have for me. And if you know if I can reuse my content, please drop a comment below in the comment section, let me know, because apparently you can't reuse your content. But if I've lost my channel, which was due to my error, can I reuse it again? Because I don't think I can get my channel back, that's for sure, because according to all the searches I've done, you can't get what's deleted. And that's a mistake. See, this is what you need to understand. You've got to learn from my mistake. I deleted the channel thinking it was an old channel that I was cleaning up, basically. Anything that I was not using, any emails I was not using, just deleting them. Just clean up my data closet, as you call it. That's what it's, if that's actually a word. And I was going through channels. I had about 5 or 6 channels. So I had 2 main channels. One was created in 2008, 2013 was the channel that got deleted, and then I have a new channel, 2 or 3 new channels. I created them just in case I wanted to, you know, shift my content to different channel platform, different channel niches. Coffee. Yeah, so I wasn't paying attention. It was late at night. Selected the channel, click delete. Are you sure I want to delete? Yes, I want to delete. And then once I hit the delete button, that's when it clicked. I was like, hold on, what are you deleting? And it's gone. And I just got this I got this error message error 404, all content's been deleted. And then when I went to go and check which channel did I delete, I realized I deleted my main channel. I was like, oh my god, now what? So I sat there for a second and paused. I thought, you know what, this is life teaching you. Don't be so dependent thinking that you don't need a backup plan. And I always have backup plans for everything. For this channel, I didn't have a backup plan, honestly. To be all honest, I didn't have no backup plan. I was just going with flow, enjoying it and so forth. And till today, I got this advice saying that don't attach your email to your main account. And so I can't remember which email. Well, actually I do, but I can't log in with that account, because when I go to log in with that account, it says no channel available, create a new channel. But I don't know, how would I be able to use that old email address that was linked to that old channel to recover it? Because it says log into your Google and see if you can recover it, and see if you can recover it, sorry. But I just couldn't find anything, so I'm stuck. I thought, you know what, just let it go, finish. It's not meant to be, finish. You just gotta have to start all over again and just go through that whole process of creating content. And you've got the experience, so just enjoy it. So I've got my own pace now. Like when you first start a channel, you got your own pace, your own speed. You don't have to, rush it or try to follow a schedule, because you're still understanding you. But for me, I know who I am. But now I want to sit there and try to get back that, is it trust? Because YouTube needs to trust your content to make sure it's the right content for the right view and so forth. And I've got to go through that whole stage, and that's going to take a long time, by the way, a very long time. So we're going to see how that goes going forward. So I'm going to document each vlog, that's what they call it, vlogs, and content with dates. At least I can have timestamps to all my content. But 7th of January is going to be a day to remember, trust me. A day how I lost my channel. And I was doing so good. Even though some of my content was crap, even though sometimes I feel like I'm crap, but I'm comparing myself to self-doubt. Self-doubt's telling me that I'm crap. That's another thing. Don't allow self-doubt in your mind to fool you that you can't achieve anything. And that's what's going to stop you when you're creating content. Self-doubt, that voice in your head thinking, I can't do this. You can do it, trust me. Just ignore that voice and just keep creating content and being you, and enjoy the journey, because the journey is just so beautiful, trust me. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn about what to say, what not to say when you're trying to correct the communication part of your journey. You're going to start noticing things like, do I say this a lot? Do I say that a lot? Do I repeat this? Do I repeat that? Don't focus on that. Just keep reviewing your content and see where you can improve. So keep challenging yourself every day. Just apply the 1% rule. So every day you look at your content that you released and see what can you do better by 1%. Don't try to be drastic changing things, because it's just not going to work that way. Otherwise you'll end up flopping straight on your face, and you'll then give it up and you burn out. And by the way, be careful of imposter syndrome, because it's something that I see anyone can go through. It's like when you're a movie, what's it called? My brain, I'm telling you, I just woke up too early for this. If you're a movie star, I'm sure they get imposter syndromes where they believe that there's character. You start building this character, you're thinking this is you, and when you're off camera, you're on camera. Nah, just be you, because you end up putting a mask on in front of this lens and pretending to be somebody that you're not. Don't do that, because you'll definitely suffer from imposter syndrome. And by the way, you also get burnout. And another thing, imagine you're on your journey and you've showed people that you're this type of person, and in reality you're not. You're the opposite. Don't do that. This is my advice for you if you're creating content for the first time, or you're on this content creating journey like me, starting from zero, and you're thinking, what's the pitfalls? Don't be somebody that you're not, honestly. That's why you're going to see me a lot saying on my channel, if you was following my channel, you'd know I'd say that a lot every time. Always be you, just be you. The last thing you want is to be pretending to be somebody you're not, and then you really believe that you're that person, and then you've created a new version of you which doesn't exist, and it's like fake. Do you want to be fake? No, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be perfect, and I don't want to be somebody I'm not. I am who I am. I have bad days, I have good days. I'm a pain in the butt sometimes, and sometimes I'm just hard to be with. That's just me, but I'm self-discovering who I was all my life, and I'm still learning, still improving, keep changing. You know, when we first start off in life, we was perfect, like, perfect angels, and then suddenly you start engaging in life with people and experiences, start going through bad experiences, meeting bad people, and you start getting upset and you get hurt and you get rejected and so forth, and you realize the world is not what you think it is. It's not what you was told it was. Oh, yeah, brain meltdown. And then you start thinking that hate is the way to go, or you start building up hate, and that's not the way. Don't allow hate to corrupt your soul. Your heart is pure, and you can actually corrupt your heart by allowing hate, anger in, because then it breeds jealousy and so forth. You don't need that, because that's going to destroy you as a person. Yeah, but again, you had to go through this journey. Sorry, I had to go through that journey, and you're going to have to go through that journey, unfortunately. Especially in your teenage years, you start learning about friends and so forth, and you start thinking, the world owes you something, you know it all. You don't know anything. You're still learning, you're still developing, you're still understanding what life is all about, you're still understanding how to navigate. Take it from me. Now I'm 48 years old? Yeah, 48. 1st of Jan, I turned 48. So 48 years of living and enjoying life and going through so much in life, so much, that's broken me, and I put myself back together. But yeah, you know what? I can sit there and look back and say, it was a crazy journey. It was a hard journey. And I changed the perspective where I see things. I changed the lens I was looking through. I was looking through the wrong lens in life, That's another thing. You start to understand that life is not what you see it as. It's like illusion sometimes, You can be sitting there thinking everything's wrong, everything's negative. It's not. This is the wrong environment that you got yourself in, or the wrong people you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people that are always broke, you're going to be broke. If you surround yourself with high performers, or very positive mindset people, you're going to be a positive person anyway. Sorry, you're going to be a positive person anyway. What the hell am I saying? You're going to be a positive person. That makes better sense. Sorry. Just woke up, straight away, hit the record button, and I'm recording and talking to you out there, so please bear with me. I do apologize for, making no sense sometimes, or get my brain on meltdown. The best time is to peak is about 2-3 hours after you have woken up. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just being me. I can't pretend to be somebody I'm not. I don't want to perfect my videos. That's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to go, look at me, perfect life. No, it doesn't exist. People show you on camera, this is the perfect life, this is how I live, and you get off camera and they're not living that life. They're just fake. I can't do that. I'm talking about me here, by the way. So just in case you misunderstand anything, I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about me. This is my life journey. This is my story. All about me. So anything I say on my channel is all related towards me. If I share experiences about anything, I would never tell you who the person is or mention names, because that's the way I roll in my life. Things are meant to be kept private. So don't mix that. Don't go on social media thinking, let me share my private life, talk about this. No. Keep it minimal to the story that you're trying to share, and don't involve anybody else except for yourself. So accountability, responsibility you take also when you're on your journey. Understand that. And stay away from the negative viral trends, or talking about others, or mocking others. That's not the way to do things. And it's going to get you clicks and views, but really, what are you doing? You're upsetting others, and you're upsetting yourself, and you're BSing yourself, really, because that's not what we need in life. We need more positive energy, positive affirmations, and so forth. We need to keep moving forward. We can't move backwards. And I need to do a video, because I had it on my old channel, talking about how the heart turns into stone, and how you can reverse it if your heart is stone today. That's another thing, life teaches so much, and yet I've learned so much, and life has knocked me down on my knees so many times. Life has taught me what it's like to have nothing, what it's like to have something, and what it's like to elevate and have a lot, and then suddenly take it all away again and give it back to you, and just keep restarting. I found me to be the best version of me when I'm always out of my comfort zone. I don't like being in the comfort zone because the comfort zone is a lazy zone. Yeah, sometimes I find myself lazy, sometimes I find myself falling backwards in an old routine. Habits, that's what we need to talk about as well. Habits, you need to learn about habits, how to change them, acknowledge them. One of the best things I learned on my content creating journey is that if you watch yourself and if you record yourself unknowingly, you'd see a lot about you more that you didn't realize existed, because you had this illusion of yourself that you're this perfect individual or that you don't have flaws. But when you watch yourself, you have so many flaws, so many issues that you need to resolve. Otherwise, you're not going to see change, and you're not going to make any change. This bee is coming everywhere now. So remember, just be you. I'm going to end it for now, and I think... Hold on a minute. This bee is driving me up the wall. Yeah, so I'm going to end it now, and I'll see you all later. Who knows? With me, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, and a like will go a long way. That's something I didn't want to ask a lot in my channel. I just felt like, me as a person, I felt like I'm begging, and I don't like to feel like I'm begging in life, you know. If the person watching my video likes it, true likes, will give me a like. They didn't like it. Another thing, if you dislike my videos, which I used to get a lot of that as well, at least tell me why you disliked it. If it's something about what I created or what I, you know, the quality, whatever it is, tell me. But if you're disliking because you don't like me, that's something different. And I think YouTube needs to really put this as an option on their platform, that when you dislike a video, you have to give a reason. You can't just dislike a video, because it'll help the creator out there understand where they're going wrong and how to elevate and improve. I mean, the last thing you want is somebody just telling you that you're crap and you just don't know why, and you're trying to sit there and figure out this challenge. This bee is gonna... Yep. Anyway, I'll see you all later. That's it. I'm out.